Hello to all of you, my dear friends who've returned, and the new faces stepping into this small but cozy space of mine for the first time. I'm your storyteller today, and honestly, I'm so happy to be here with you, exploring the profound lessons of Buddhism. Stories that don't just touch the soul, but can transform how we see life itself. If you're a new viewer, first off, congratulations on finding your way here. This is Bless You 2025, a place where we listen together, feel deeply, and spread goodness. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because I truly believe the stories to come, from wise Buddhist teachings to moments of pure inspiration, will be like a gentle breeze through your life, bringing peace and hope. And to my old friends who've come back, thank you for your love and companionship. You're the heartbeat that keeps me sharing these tales. Today, I want to take you on a special journey, inspired by the simple yet profound teachings of Buddhism. 5 things we shouldn't share if we want to keep our souls at peace. This isn't some dry lecture. It's an emotional adventure where we'll look within ourselves, cry together, laugh together, and find light even in the darkest days. Are you ready? Grab a seat, take a sip of tea, breathe in deeply, and let me guide you into this story. 5 things you should never share. 1. The temple in the storm. Maya wasn't extraordinary, or at least she never thought so. At 27, she lived in a tiny flat on the outskirts of London, working in a stuffy office where days stretched endlessly. Her life felt like a loop. Wake up, squeeze onto the crowded tube, type until her fingers ached, then return home as the city faded into a haze of lights. But deep inside, she held a fragile space she called her sanctuary, a place where her peace lived, delicate as a flower in the wind. One evening, after a brutal day at work, Maya slumped on her sofa, phone in hand, scrolling through messages from old friends. She posted a status. Does anyone ever feel lost in their own life? She hoped for a kind word, a virtual hug. Instead, one friend replied, "Oh, more drama? Cheer up already." Another chimed in, "Everyone's tired, not just you." Maya forced a smile, switched off her phone, but inside, her sanctuary trembled as if it might collapse. The next day, by chance, she wandered into a dusty second-hand bookstore and picked up a thin volume on Buddhism. One line stopped her cold. "Your peace is a sacred temple. Don't let anyone enter unless they carry compassion." She lingered on those words and suddenly remembered her grandmother, who'd once told her as a child, "Sweetheart, not everyone knows how to tend someone else's flame. You've got to learn to shield your own." Back then, it hadn't made sense, but now it clicked. She couldn't share her peace with those who didn't value it. From then on, whenever her heart wavered, she stopped seeking others' comfort. She'd sit still, close her eyes, and whisper to herself, "This is my temple. I'll protect it." Have you ever felt like Maya, dear friends? Opened your heart only to be met with coldness or judgment? Your peace isn't something to give away carelessly. It's a quiet flame within you, and you have every right to guard it. 2. Words, invisible arrows. Maya used to be a talker. At 19, when she left her small hometown for university in the big city, she believed spilling her thoughts was how to fit in. She'd share her homesickness, the nights she cried over assignments, the moments she wondered if she was good enough. But once, during a late-night chat with her flatmates around the kitchen table, she blurted out, "I'm scared I'll never amount to anything." A friend burst out laughing, "Seriously? Who isn't scared? Don't blow it out of proportion. Live a little." The others nodded, and Maya felt an invisible arrow pierce her chest. She laughed along, but inside, she went numb. That moment lingered with her, and she started watching her words more closely. In that Buddhist book, she'd read, "Words are seeds. Plant kindness, and you'll harvest peace. Sow harm, and you'll reap pain. She wondered, what have I been planting for myself and others? Once, when a close friend vented about a harsh boss, Maya nearly added her own grim tale to relate. But she paused. Instead of sowing more gloom, she took her friend's hand and said, I know you're stronger than you realize. You'll get through this. The bright smile that broke across her friend's face that day proved to Maya that kind words could work miracles. Have you ever thought about the power of your words, friends? They're not just sounds slipping from your lips. They're arrows, capable of healing or wounding. Next time you speak, try pausing for a heartbeat and asking, will this bring light or shadow? You'll be amazed how it transforms your world, bit by bit. 3. Pain, a treasure. Not for all. Maya wasn't great at hiding her feelings. At 24, when her ex-boyfriend walked out of her life without a word, she fell apart for weeks. She told nearly everyone, co-workers, friends, even the delivery guy who dropped off her takeout. She wanted someone to grasp how vast her pain was. But one day, over coffee with a colleague, she poured her heart out, and he shrugged. Everyone gets dumped once. You'll move on. Don't dwell on it. His words didn't soothe her. They trivialized her hurt, like a dagger twisting deeper. Later, in that same Buddhist book, she found, your pain is a private journey. Don't hand it to hands that can't hold it gently. It struck her, and she thought back to a night she'd shared the story with her best friend, Sarah. Sarah didn't say much. She just sat close, brewed a cup of tea, and wrapped Maya in a silent hug. No judgment, no empty advice, just presence. Maya realized her pain wasn't for the world to pick apart. It was a treasure, meant only for those who'd cherish it. What about you, friends? What's your pain? A loss, a failure, a scar no one sees? Don't rush to lay it bare for everyone. Keep it for those who deserve it, the ones who won't erase you with words, but walk beside you with their hearts. 4. Dreams, a silent bloom. Maya had always been a dreamer. At 22, fresh out of university and brimming with hope, she'd sit in her cramped student flat, sketching ideas for a little bookshop cafe, a haven where people could sip coffee, flip through novels, and share quiet moments. She couldn't help but tell everyone about it. Imagine a place where time slows down, she'd say, eyes sparkling, to friends, family, even strangers at parties. Most smiled politely, but one day her older cousin scoffed over dinner. A bookshop? In this economy? Good luck. People barely read anymore. His words hit her like a bucket of cold water. She laughed it off, but doubt crept in, whispering, what if he's right? What if I fail? For months, her sketches gathered dust. The dream didn't die, but it shrank, overshadowed by the pressure of others' opinions. Then, flipping through her Buddhist book one rainy afternoon, Maya found a line that stopped her. Your plans are like a seed yet to sprout. Share them too soon, and they'll be trampled before they grow. It reminded her of a childhood memory, planting sunflower seeds with her dad in their tiny garden. He'd told her, don't keep digging them up to check if they're growing. Give them time, and they'll surprise you. She hadn't understood then, but now it made sense. Her dream needed silence to take root. So Maya stopped talking about it. She saved every spare penny from her office job, researched suppliers at night, and sketched layouts in secret. 3 years later, at 25, she stood in the doorway of the quiet page, her bookshop cafe, alive and breathing. The wooden shelves gleamed with books, the air smelled of roasted coffee, and soft chatter filled the space. She didn't need anyone's applause that opening day. The joy of seeing her dream bloom, nurtured in stillness, was enough. Have you got a dream tucked away, friends? A passion? A goal? A wild hope? Don't let the world's noise drown it out. Let it grow quietly in your heart. And when it's ready, let your actions shout louder than words ever could. 5. Good deeds. Light without a spotlight. Maya used to think goodness was something to show off. At 28, she joined a volunteer group delivering food to a struggling neighborhood near her flat. She'd spend weekends packing boxes, chatting with kids who'd run up to say thanks, and she loved it. Back then, she'd post photos online, a stack of meals, a sweaty selfie, a caption like, "Making a difference today." She craved the likes, the comments saying, "You're amazing." It felt good, until one night, scrolling through her feed, she wondered, who am I really doing this for? That question lingered, and soon after, she stumbled on another gem in her Buddhist book. A good deed is like a candle's flame. It shines without needing to be seen. It hit her hard. She thought of her mum, who'd once spent hours knitting scarves for a homeless shelter and never told a soul. When Maya asked why, her mum just smiled. "The warmth they feel is all I need." Maya hadn't gotten it then, but now she did. True goodness didn't need a megaphone. She kept volunteering, but the posts stopped. She'd load her car with supplies, drive through the gray London streets, and hand out meals with a quiet smile. One chilly evening, a little girl with tangled hair hugged her legs and whispered, "You're nice." Maya's heart swelled, not from praise, but from the pure, unspoken connection. That moment taught her happiness wasn't in the spotlight. It was in the silent glow of giving without expecting anything back. What about you, friends? When you do something kind, big or small, do you feel the urge to announce it? Try keeping it to yourself next time. You'll find the joy is deeper, purer, when it's just between you and the light you've shared. I hope Maya's journey has sparked something in you, a thought, a feeling, a tiny shift toward a calmer, fuller you. Before we part, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. If Maya's tale touched your heart, give it a like. Hit subscribe to bless you 2025 and ring that bell so you won't miss what's next. We've got more journeys to share, tales of wisdom, hope, and the kind of magic that hides in everyday moments. Thank you for being here, for listening, for feeling with me. Until we meet again, may your days be gentle and your soul be light.